Hey everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today, I'll be reading a multi-character theater by Dear Jang Mi on Wattpad. So let's get into it. Tengen. He'll make sure to interrupt the conversation in a very loud manner. He'd be very sarcastic, and you would get passive-aggressive with a person. He'd really try hard to keep a smile. Not for the guy, but for you. He didn't want you to worry or anything. Tengan gives nothing but sarcastic replies to whatever the person says in his presence. Who are you talking to? Oh, hi. I'm Wine's husband. It's nice to meet you. Obanai Iguro. It was very obvious that Obanai was pissed. If the slightest thing ticks him off, he will just end it right there and drag you elsewhere. He was not gonna waste his brain cells anymore. He wanted you very far away from that guy. It's funny, because Ab and I would get slightly pity if he wanted to. What does he think he's doing? Did it ever come across his mind that someone like you's already taken? If he dwells on this, he'll think he doesn't deserve you. So you better reassure him quickly and find a way to get his mind off of it. Kyojuro Rengoku. Well, he would just casually join the conversation. You would eye him every now and then, because Kyojuro was being way too social with this flirt, and he definitely was not oblivious either. So you really wanted to know what he was trying to think of. There's a type of sinister tone in Kyojuro's voice, and of course, only you managed to hear it. He was just being way too friendly with the guy. What was he playing at? When the conversation is coming to an end, then he'll tell the guy off. Don't you dare flirt with my wife again. And he'd say it with the angriest look ever. It was so terrifying that the guy left immediately, both embarrassed and not wanting to find out what Kyojuro would do. Giyu Tomioka. Giyu doesn't want to cut a scene, but that wouldn't be enough to diminish his anger. In fact, it made him more angry, having to stand there and suppress his feelings. He will sadly glare at the guy, then put his hand on your shoulder so you know he's right beside you. And also, as a way to say that you're his, he trusts you. But if that guy gets too close, or says something that Giyu doesn't like, he'll look for any excuse to get you away from him. Come on, Ryan. Let's go home. He doesn't really give you a chance to respond to him, and just pulls you away from the scene, not wanting you to stay near the guy any moment longer. Kamado Tanjiro. Tanjiro usually didn't get that jealous often, but when he does get jealous and something pushes his buttons, he feels quite conflicted, like he doesn't know what to do. He feels like he shouldn't be jealous, but that soon changes. When he sees that guy touch your shoulder, he feels uneasy. Should he interrupt or not? He'll stay very close to you until you guys walk home, deciding to let you take control of the situation until you're away from the man. Why, hon? Who's that guy? And if you don't explain yourself, or if he finds out that it's someone you don't know, then he'll be very pouty the whole evening. unless if you explain that you felt shy and didn't know what to do. Then, he'll tell you to ask for his help if you ever need to, because he didn't want you feeling uncomfortable in any way. Sanemi. Surprisingly, even though Sanemi is very temperamental and usually extremely angry, like he doesn't know how to deal with situations like this time, Sanemi will decide to keep quiet, at least at first. He refuses to do anything that will make it obvious that he's jealous, except you. Sanemi knew what to do, not to publicly embarrass you. And with Sanemi, you had two options. This could end up in two ways. You would signal him and he beats the guy up, or he loses it and also beats the guy up. So either way, he's really gonna beat that guy up. You don't have a choice about that. But to be honest, he kind of had it coming. Muichiro Tokito. I don't think Muichiro would know how to suppress his true emotions towards someone. So, to be honest, Muichiro wouldn't even bother. He wasn't trying to hide the look of absolute disgust that forms on his face. He'll probably stay close behind you and just stare at the person. This would obviously make the guy uncomfortable. Thankfully, and especially when Michiro shows his sword or puts his hand on your waist or shoulder, giving him a hint to leave. And then once he finally does, he relaxes, wrapping his arms around you and pulling you close, letting out a sigh of relief. Finally, I thought that guy would never leave. To be honest, you thought how possessive he was very adorable and cute, especially since he would keep quiet all the time. So it felt good to get a reaction out of him. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.